Water is the new oil, quoth Maureen Patterson.
Ooh, deep thoughts.
Well, yeah, she robbed it from a, my contention is, since I looked it up this morning, is that she's going to have somebody come in and somebody's going to fly into Dayton.
To tell us something
tell us something about water. About water. Now, wait a second. Where was I last year?
What?
Where was I last year?
Where were you last year?
I think I was in Romania building the wastewater treatment plant. Right,
so,
right.
So Pepsi could make better Pepsi.
Well, yes, reverse osmosis systems, all done with the electronics.
Yeah, and it's done from a company that's been doing this all over the world for years. It's right here in Dayton.
And right here in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, you can call him up. His name's Dr. Phil Hayden.
Philip L. Hayden.
Philip L. Hayden. His company is
Hayden Environmental. I mean, if you want to talk about water, we have the people right here that can talk about water. But if you want to sell nanotechnology that you put in, like, these little systems and all these kinds of things, that's really what this Water Forum Initiative is about. It's a venture capitalist-backed thing on nanotechnology, if you get right down to it.
Great.
Well, so my contention is, why are we having a water forum put on by MIT when we got all the people right here?
Because
it's always better coming from outside
of town, yeah.
Water is the new oil. Let me see. Oil rains from the sky, gets recycled, and we crap in it. I mean, you want to talk about really, really lazy things. A terrestrial being, being, comes in and is so lazy, has to crap in water because, that's how the best way to deal with it.
No, that's the only way we ever thought of doing it because we
No. Back in the day, in the 1900s, we had carts and, the biggest pollution.
Crap carts.
Exactly.
Then we started making them.
Well, the biggest pollution was from horses and things like that. And you know what solved that pollution problem?
Oil.
The automobile oil. Yeah. Instead of picking it up and dealing with it like a real nature kind of thing, we just said,
well, we still compost it after we separate it from all that water and we treat it and it stinks and
all that energy. Just think about all that energy it runs, and then you sprawl out all over, and you have to build more and more wastewater treatment plants. I find it interesting that these coalition initiatives are going after Obama's stimulus money to get water when they're basically right-wing Republican, fair taxer.
Here's the thing. It's not very hard for businesses that need a lot of water to determine where there's water and where there's not.
Well, there's a lot of water, but everybody needs water. What this main forum is looking at, or this group is looking at, is how to use water better, more efficiently. Well, nobody's going to do that in Dayton, Ohio, because we got scads of water.
We got more water than we know what to do with.
But what energy or companies look at is how to make those wastewater treatment plants more efficient, how to make treating water more efficiently, whether you use reverse osmosis, whether you use ozonators, or, nanotechnology. Right. Nanotechnology to me is
we have water treatment companies in town that sell reverse osmosis machines, and they've been, I worked for one of them for a while, and he was a client, and he knows lots about water and reverse osmosis.
Oh, but we got to pay somebody from MIT to come in because they're backed by venture capital.
Yeah.
Who said in their little opening thing, water is the new oil. Yeah. Wonder where you got that.
Craig, it's all...
Well, parroting. But we all parrot. Let's just be honest.
So, what is this forum going to really do for the city?
Absolutely zero, because if you really wanted to look at some of the water initiatives, you just consider that, hey, it's going to cost you arms and legs because we have so much. Look at water mains break all over the place. We got to redo all the wastewater treatment lines, which would run along creeks that leak and into your treat system.
You don't really want to think about some of the things that really go on with your water.
Yes.
Like the fact that all the pipes that we have in the old parts of town are made of lead.
Well, of course.
Minor little, who cares?
But you're gonna have
it's all calcified, so we're really just drinking the calcium.
And the lead is a great thing because there's lead in a lot more places. They used to pour molten lead in to seal clay pipes.
Yeah.
There used to be. It's a great.
Lead's easy to work with.
And if you mess around with your water, run the pH up, pH down, you can leach more lead out, and it works out. Remember, if you look at the solution to pollution from horses was the automobile.
Yeah. Whoops.
Which Mr. Kettering, who was it? Kettering, I forget who.
Kettering did this electric starter. He made it easier for women to drive.
Wait.
Yes,
Well,
because women couldn't crank the engine.
But who figured out to put tetryl lead in gasoline?
I'm thinking it was Kettering as well.
Yeah, it was.
The anti-knock man.
Yes, Mr. Kettering, the illustrious Mr. Kettering, who knew when he was doing this that most of his scientists were going absolutely crazy, mad because of tetryl lead.
But it worked.
It worked. It did.
It worked.
What do you think everybody was a juvenile delinquent was? You know why everybody was a juvenile delinquent back in the 70s?
They
were breathing all that lead coming out of freaking gasoline.
That's Greg's excuse, at least.
But we got rid of asbestos too. And
we got rid of Quaaludes.
Yeah.
I mean, what was left for him?
Well, no, I mean we got rid of asbestos and brakes because now we have metallic dust that goes into the Mississippi River.
I still remember sitting in grade school, and they had these pipes next to the windows, and it was wrapped in this white paper stuff, and you could stick a pencil in it, and the pencil would stay up, and then you could...
most people would say, Mr. Esrati, you didn't breathe enough. Yes, you didn't breathe enough.
But there's all kinds of environmental things. You know what impresses me about going into the bathroom at LexisNexis? The urinals are all no flush. They spent the money to upgrade to no-flush urinals. And there's a lot of people, believe this is one thing Walmart's got right. Sam's is only selling the dual-flush toilets now, where you don't...
But they sell freaking bottled water. We don't have to buy it. Come on.
But there are ways we could reduce water consumption and
But in Dayton, why would we want to reduce water consumption?
We don't want to because the city depends on it for revenue. And
when you sprawl all out, really what you should be conserving is oil. Oil and water.
The old water. Well,
when was the last time you put water in your gas tank? But it's going to come.
Oh, yeah. GM's working on it. GM's working on it. The next big innovation. Anyway.
We're so screwed.
So...
the new oil. Can't make it up. You just can't.